Good morning, friends. Thanks for joining me. Today we're going to be talking about Red Cross, the latest effort from TFC. Now, I give this figure a pretty hard time. I think he's a good figure. I just want to get this out of the way. We need to set up a few ground rules. I give this figure a pretty hard time. And the reason why is because he has ambulance written backward on the top of his vehicle. Some of you are going to want to argue with me, telling me that this is how ambulances are so that people can tell what it is in the rearview mirror. And I'm going to tell you, no, it is not. It happens sometimes, but it is rare. It is extremely rare. My father was a fireman. He was a fireman for 32 years. I grew up around firehouses. I grew up around fire equipment. I don't know everything, but I know a fair amount, and I am telling you that it is uncommon, which is why I give this thing a hard time. So before you write in the comment box how much of an idiot I am for not knowing that ambulances are written backward on the top of them, I'm here to tell you, hold your horses. They rarely are. What's up, everybody? It's your favorite favorite nerd. And why would I say I'm your favorite Because that's how it's written on the roof of this thing. Ambulance is written backward. Oh my God. TFC, I have tried. I have tried to defend you. I see the good in your ways. I feel like Luke Skywalker dealing with Darth Vader. I have tried to see the good in you. But you wrote ambulance backward on your figure. Imagine if you were to go and check out one of your favorite reviewers' favorite reviewer video, and people were giving you a hard time about him, saying, "Oh, Scully, he dresses like a bum." And you said, "No, you don't get him. You misunderstand him. He just dresses casual." And then you saw this. Alright guys, who's ready for some reviewing? Serious reviewer right here. Let's get it done. You would have a hard time defending me. At least defending the argument that I dress like a bum. Let's just put him to the side for a second. I can't even look at it. Let's talk about accessories. He comes with Defensor's hand. This is the first hand that we've seen a Defensor. Nice red paint on it. Done really well. We got a little bit of overflow there. So that's a little disappointing, but overall done well. Hinges at 1, 2, 3 knuckles on each finger, and each finger is individually articulated. And then the thumb is on a hinge there and on a ball peg at the base of the hand. So, cool in the gang. Comes with another set of these. We've seen something very similar before, which can be 3 guns. We got red and silver painted on them, which is nicely done on single cast black plastic. Same here, and once again, well done. And then this middle bit, I guess, is the stepchild of the whole thing and doesn't get a thing. Let's talk about his ability to hold them. Check. Check. Holds those beautifully. And we'll check the third one just for good measure. Held beautifully. I don't know if it pegs in anywhere. It even pegs in up there. If you wanted to have the older, kind of the up and about gun look, you could do that. Cool in the gang. Let's take this piece out here. Head. We got some paint in there. I love the face sculpt on this guy. Love it. Light piping showing up well. Love the face sculpt. It's very G1. It's very IDW. The overall look kind of is reminiscent of IDW to me. Head is on a ball peg. We got this this flap here for transformation, but you can cheat a little bit, and if you wanted to take a cool picture or something, get them kind of looking down, but you were definitely cheating. Shoulders are on a butterfly joint like hinge here, which is cool to get pictures and stuff, but then it doesn't tab in when it goes back, which is disappointing. Ratcheted shoulder swivel there, which is nice, and then a very tight hinge also, which is nice. Bicep swivel, ratcheted elbow, which is nice. Wrist is on this hinge, very tight as well. We got this translucent blue plastic here, which doesn't really cover the screw, so that's kind of disappointing, but it does look pretty, I will admit. And then we got some red paint in there and some gray paint on there, which is nice. And then these little translucent pieces here and here, also nice. Excuse me. On the chest we got black paint, we got silver paint, we got this like metallic gray paint, all looks nice. We got breakup and plastic color there. So even though there's a lot of red here, it's broken up nicely and doesn't really cause you too much of an issue. Waist swivel, no problem. The hips, ratcheted universals both ways, stellar. Silver paint on the thighs. Back, you do got a little bit of a backpack, but it's not hateful. I would have liked it if this like swung down a little bit, just tidied up a bit, but it's not hateful. And this front of this cab, I'll just try to show you, can come down too if you want the backpack to kind of have the more. I guess you could do that. You could do that too. Kind of fattens it up. Yeah, I don't know if I like the look of that either. So this is probably the best look. Knees, hinge, thigh swivel, no problem. We got translucent lights here for your brakes and your hazards and your reverse lights, which is nice. Feet hinge down and are on ball pegs, so you get full ankle rocker, no problem. You got a little bit of kibble here, but not hateful. This back bit is hollow up in there, but it cleans up. You know, it does give you panels here, so it's not terrible. The killer is that even in robot mode, it's obvious that ambulance is written backward, and in combined mode, it's probably going to be obvious as well if you think about it. I'm going to have to put them on my shelf in a way that tries to hide it. I mean, it's so embarrassing. I'm guessing repro labels will fix it, but come the f on. Come on. Alright, so let's get this guy transformed, which, in all fairness, is a pretty cool transformation. So, fold these feet, heel spurs back, and then fold these panels out here. And then fold the feet up in there. Fold the panel straight down so that now instead of tabbing in there, they tab in at the next set lower. And that cleans up the back of the ambo. Before you, alright, so untab these panels here, kind of like MPB. Open them up. And before you tab in here, you're going to want to take, I'm going to unplug this because I'm going to do it with my teeth because it's so tight. Let's try it that way. So this all tabs in there, and then that's pretty much the bottom portion done. Top portion, flip the hands up, do the typical collapse there. And you can fold these out, bring the head down. At this point, flip the shoulders up. And then do your best to tab them in together. Bring this whole piece back here. Up and around like this. These tab in. There's a section, I don't know if you can see up in there. That tab, and then these two bottom tabs. There, I got it. It wasn't pretty. And then bring these two pieces here. They're on ball pegs, so just swivel, turn. That's the first time mine's come off. In all fairness. Swivel and turn. And you got the back of the ambo. Fix all this bit of business up here. Bring these side portions up. And then you bring this all the way up. And it tabs in. There's 6 tabs, 3 on each side. There's enough tolerance where you can kind of do one side and then do the other, which is nice. And then bring down that. Make sure that's good to go. Make sure your combiner port is up. Boom. Ambo. Rolls like a champ. Nice red paint stripe along the side. We haven't got a whole lot of paint on these things. Nice caduceus symbol or medical symbol, you know, on both sides. Very cool. Some repos are definitely going to step this thing up a notch, but just let that soak in. Take this, plug in your 2 guns that are alike to this middle bit, and there you go. Very G1-esque and very cool. I wonder if there's a way it seems like there would be a way to fit this hand up in there. I don't see a way for it to tab in, but you know, if you just want to keep it out of the way, you can do it. It doesn't really fit in there securely, but you know, it'll work. So there's how the team's shaping up, and I gotta say, it's shaping up well. They look good together. You know, the aesthetics and design choices all kind of match, and the colors look right and all that, so it's got that going for it. And lastly, there he is next to an MP car and a modern day Generations Deluxe. Really could go either way in my opinion. Voyager piece. So here's the problems. Isenalo Yumbuma. That is the biggest problem. That is the hardest one to swallow. It's just so careless. It just screams IDGAF. Screams it from the mountaintops. And I gotta be honest with you, that's really my only big issue with this guy. I wish the shoulders tabbed in to the body, but that's my big complaint right there. Hopefully Repro Labels can fix that oversight, because really outside of that, he's pretty awesome. The paint that they did apply is applied well. Overall, the transformation is fun, it's well engineered, it's still simple, it's still enjoyable, it's still effective, but it is a step up in terms of complexity from, say, Uranus or Hercules, like the other Protectobots have kind of been. And that's been a nice breath of fresh air with this company in regards to this line. They've done pretty well in stepping up their level of engineering to kind of be a modern day player. And the design, I think, is beautiful. Like, I love the way he kind of looks G1. I love the way he kind of looks IDW. I love little things like what they did down here with his calves. Or shins rather. There was no need for them to do that. It wasn't really necessary. They could have engineered the foot to transform back around the other way. All they would have needed to do was widen this piece of plastic or take that piece of plastic out, and they still did it. And the reason why they did it is because this, with this angle in there, just looks more visually interesting, and they were absolutely right. That's an extra step they took that they didn't have to. So if they're in the habit of taking extra steps these days, how did that happen? You know, I've come to transforming him with the thing down like I showed you, because I can't keep looking at it. It's driving me crazy. So hopefully Repro Labels can fix it, because it's a pretty big error to have the name of the vehicle in big blue letters on an all-white vehicle backward. And I know people expect me to defend TFC, and like I said, I love this figure. I just hate that aspect of it. So hopefully Repro Labels can fix it, and it'd be no harm, no foul, just an extra $8 or whatever on a $100 figure anyway, which is obnoxious, but don't get me started, right? Outside of that, he's pretty solid. Everything's still shaping up pretty well for this set in general. It's just, I can't, it's backward. It's backward. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Until next time, take care. Backward.